Power Rankings Wednesday, Hoodie. I got to start with the 3 teams that were in the top 10 last week that are no longer in the top 10.
Okay.
Dallas, goodbye. You can't get boat raced at home by New Orleans and think you're worthy of a spot in the top 10. Dak, 2 straight games of subpar quarterback play.
And what were they last week in your rankings after they win?
7, I think.
7.
Now, Shea, are you going to tell me that there are 10 teams in the NFL that are better than the Dallas Cowboys? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Is that what you're saying? Because I know that that's not the case. I know it's your rankings. I'm just saying.
Well, that's also like Dallas the narrative rests with them. They have to put themselves back into the top 10, but you can't lose the way that they lost 44-19 at home.
Fair.
To Derek Carr and the Saints. Dak put together so far this season 2 subpar games and expect me to put them in the top 10. There will be controversy because there were 2 teams at 10 I'm almost forced to respect at 2-0. I don't want to respect either of them. I had to choose one. The other 2 teams falling out are Miami and Indy. Indy can't lose to Malik Willis, and Miami, sorry, your quarterback is on IR. And we're getting blasted by the Bills.
And a fencing issue with the quarterback.
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
Indeed.
All right, so this
Sad
is
stuff.
Okay, and the Bear are 7. What are they? 6 or 7?
Bear 1.
It's okay.
Super Bears.
Super Bowl, right, Waddle? Okay, so if the Dallas Cowboys are out, Cap, now I'm interested to see what else does he have in the 10. So no Cowboys. So what's number 10?
And by the way, Dak did throw a big pick in that game, but he did throw for almost 300 yards.
Well, yeah, he had to throw a bunch. His team was down 3 scores.
293 yards.
When you're down 3 scores, the yardage total is going to look a little inflated.
Okay, no Cowboys. So now, number 10.
Number 10, unfortunately, 2-0. I still think it's a mirage, but 2-0 is 2-0. It's the LA Chargers.
Oh, LA Chargers. Okay.
Pittsburgh was the other team fighting here. I just believe a little more that the Chargers might be able to sustain this than I do Pittsburgh can sustain field goals.
Brother, they're just going to keep running the football. They could be looking at 3-0 against the Steelers coming up on Sunday.
Yeah.
I know it's at Pittsburgh. I'm just saying that's a better matchup than I thought it was going to be now. You got 2 teams that are going to run the football.
Correct.
The Chargers and the Steelers.
Okay, so I've always been taught if you're going to have a game where you're like, I don't know who's going to win that one, take the better quarterback and better offensive line. Who has the better combo?
Chargers.
Well, that's Chargers.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's better than Justin Fields. And Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the Los Angeles.
The 2 top graded tackles in football right now, I believe.
Both those guys?
Yeah.
There you go.
That could be a hell of a game or a hell of a snoozer, depending on what you like in your football.
It's going to be gross. Like it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to set football back 3 decades.
It could. And by the way, if that's the case, here's what I've already planned. Because it's the Chargers and the Steelers, Cap, I'm taking the HD out of my TV.
There you go. Take the score bug down.
Standard def.
Just show.
Wow. Widen the screen because it's going to look like 1984 football.
Show the score with that ugly yellow font only on rejoins.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got Chargers 10, and who's 9?
9 dropping 3 spots and officially in the danger zone is the Philadelphia Eagles. The roster looks great on paper, but you're getting no production from your highly selected defensive draft picks. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. He's invisible. That's got to change. Jalen Hurts looks like he's lost a lot of the explosiveness. They're really in the danger zone of falling out next week.
Okay. He of the
Dogs at New Orleans.
He of the Saquon Barkley dropping passes Eagles. That's who you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay. That happened. That's still on the burner, man. People still can't believe that game. The end of that game. Number 8, Shea.
Number 8 technically did not do enough to move out of the not top 10 last week, but they are in it this week because everybody else decided to vomit on themselves. Looking at you, Baltimore. The Seattle Seahawks survived a sleepy early kickoff in New England, overtime win, and Geno Smith, if you look at his clutch time stats the last few years, it's undeniable. Tight game late, Geno Smith's going to deliver.
That's a Shane Waldron guy right there.
It is.
That's what you want.
He created him because he was another bust when he left the Jets, remember?
Mm-hmm.
What a horrible pick. That guy's a bust. Oh, he just signed for $75 million.
Seattle defeated the Broncos and the Patriots. They play the Dolphins next. That could be 3-0 into their game against the Lions on the 30th. Seahawks, that's not what I expected early. Very good.
Very good.
Number 7, Shea.
Number 7, falling 5 spots. The San Francisco 49ers traveled from west to east to go to Minnesota, who apparently just has their number. Consistently beats San Francisco. They've used their mulligan now, but they are entering the danger zone. We know how good they are, but McCaffrey's on IR. Debo's going to miss a few weeks. Purdy's weaponry now limited. We'll see what you're made of.
You see, there's always an asterisk with his 49ers thought.
Always.
It always is, because he wants Brock Purdy to prove, now that you don't have weapons, what kind of quarterback are you?
I think he deep down wants Brock Purdy to fail. He's not a Brock Purdy guy.
I think that's fair.
I'm not rooting for him to fail. I just don't believe in him the way people believe in him. Like, there were quarterback rankings that had him as the number 2 quarterback in football this offseason. Stop. No.
I am very intrigued about the Rams game coming up.
You basically treat him like you treat Ned Yost.
Or like I treat Ned Yost.
Like the Royals. Oh, they won a World Series in spite of Ned Yost.
Yeah.
I've heard many people say that. Look, if you're the manager and you win the World Series, you get all the credit in the world, man.
Know.
Dodgers fans with Dave Roberts.
Right. So what happens if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl this year?
But then I will change my opinion on him.
I respect Dave Roberts for being a good locker room man. I don't respect Ned Yost for bunting and sacrificing his way to a World Series championship. That was an ugly World Series.
Do you remember what Hamp called McMahon? A monkey driving a limo. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do recall that. Yes.
He's a monkey driving a limo. It's like, what?
Let's keep our eyes on this one, Shea. It is San Francisco against the Rams on the 22nd. Let's see what happens. See how San Francisco fares in that one on the road.
They should eviscerate the Rams.
That's a home game for the Niners, by the way. Remember the playoff game? It was the NFC title, Niners and Rams. And the Rams were in a silent count in their own building because it was all Niners fans.
Yeah. 49ers is 7.5-point favorite. All right. Number 6, Shea.
Number 6, down 3 spots. The Detroit Lions.
Oh.
They had nearly 500 yards of offense. They ran double the number of plays that Tampa ran. They might have the defensive player of the year in Aiden Hutchinson, who already has 5.5 sacks. They dominated Tampa in the box score, but 1 for 7 in the red zone, and everybody in Detroit questioning Ben Johnson's red zone play calling and the decision to let Jared Goff rip the ball 55 times.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be better than that. They dropped to 6, outside the top 5.
Got to respect the Buccaneers, though. Got to respect them.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a really good team. And Todd Bowles, good for him, man. Getting a second crack at being a head coach. Doing a really good job.
Next one is for the Lions at the Cardinals. And then it's the Seahawks. So keeping our eyes on the Lions now. I mean, there might be some slippage, but that's still a tremendous football team.
Agree?
To me, they are the tip of the spear still in the NFC North. All right. Lions 6, and what's number 5, Shea?
This is where things get spicy. The biggest riser of the week, the New Orleans Saints. You go to Dallas and you drop a bomb on Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys in a building where they never lose, and you don't just win, you beat them 44-19. You have the 4th highest scoring offense through 2 weeks in NFL history. I don't know if they're going to stay up here. I don't know if it's a mirage or not, but it's undeniable right now.
Yeah, I can't. What number do you have?
5. We're at 5.
I can't do that.
They have the best offense in football through 2 weeks, and the power rankings are fluid. This isn't like this is how they'll end. It's just right now. Everybody kept saying Cowboys laying 6 at home. They never lose. They're going to blow out the Saints. Saints are fake. Saints walk in there, punch them in the face, and leave with their girlfriend. Like, yeah, I got to respect the Saints and what they did.
Yeah, that's too high for that. 2 weeks ago, you were the guy that said Dennis Allen's going to be the first guy fired. 2 weeks later, you have him 5th in the NFL.
I'm also the guy who says it's up to these people to rewrite the narrative on themselves, and Dennis Allen through 2 weeks has. You're the highest scoring offense in football, 4th highest through 2 weeks in history.
Yeah, so what? 2 weeks doesn't earn you the 5th spot in the NFL.
You play 2 weeks where you look like the 2013 Broncos. I don't think I'm going over the moon here respecting what they've done.
If they announce that they're having Dallas and New Orleans have a rematch, this week.
Dallas is beating their ass.
And what's the point spread on that game? Dallas is favored again.
Dallas probably a 3.5, 4-point favorite.
Yes.
Shay, could you look up something for me regarding the Saints? Could you look up something real quick? Was that a pay game for the Saints and the Cowboys?
No,
it wasn't. Okay. How much did the Cowboys pay for that game for the Saints? Is the weight room better because the Dallas Cowboys paid the Saints? Was $1.5 million, $2 million?
Game.
Was it a buy game? No. All right. Number 4, Shay.
Number 4, rising 4 spots from last week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got dominated in a box score, but you survive in advance. You lock up in the red zone. You play good defense. Limit Detroit 1 for 7 on red zone possessions. Since 2020, they are the winningest team in the NFC, including playoffs. Start the season 2-0. Baker looks great. Again, power rankings are fluid. Right now, today, I got to respect them.
You have to. Yes.
Right. But there's a little difference between them and New Orleans. Like New Orleans 2 weeks ago, Dennis Allen's on the hot seat, going to get fired.
Yes.
He'll be, to quote him,
yes,
he'll be fired into the sun, is what you said.
That's fine. 2
by
weeks
mid-season.
ago, 2 weeks ago, they weren't the highest scoring offense in the NFL. 2 weeks ago, they hadn't scored on 16 of 20 possessions.
The Buccaneers, at least, were coming off of winning a division and winning a playoff game.
Yeah, but this is
on the road. At home.
This is this year. It's this year. It's 2 weeks. It's a fluid system.
Mm-hmm.
They're the highest scoring team in football. What am I supposed to do? It's not like they just went to Carolina and rocked them. They went into Dallas, a place where Dallas was undefeated last season, and beat them 44-19. What do you want me to do?
I just want you to give us number 3.
Number 3 is the Houston Texans, rising 1 spot. Again, survive in advance, but that pass rush is a problem.
That's fair.
And they will not be facing the defense that they saw on Sunday night the rest of this season.
Number 2, Shay.
Number 2, up 3 spots, the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
everybody wrote them off. It didn't matter that Tua got concussed again. They were dropping a bomb on Miami before Tua left the game. And frankly, they probably could have scored more, but you take it easy on the team that just lost their quarterback. Buffalo's number 2. They're awesome. Everybody wrote them off. I didn't. I had them over 10.5. They're fantastic. They are. Josh Allen, how about 0 turnovers through 2 weeks for Josh Allen? And Cap, this one, I did tell you preseason. The Bills are awesome.
You did. And I've bet them the last 3 years. Don't have a ticket on them this year.
Yes, and please do not. Please do not. Just leave them alone.
Surprise, surprise.
And so, okay, we got number 1, of course, Cincinnati.
I have to check in on the Cowboy odds.
Cincinnati is number 1 on Shay's board, and that, my friends, is the power ranking.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Right here on what? I'm sorry?
The Kansas City Chiefs are number 1.
It's what?
It's the Chiefs.
It's not Cincinnati?
It's the Kansas City referees and defensive pass interference. That's number 1 on the power ranking.
You do not agree with that call?
No, of course. It was the right call. I think everybody clutching their pearls about it's being ridiculous.
But you know what? Yes, the Bengals lost. But damn it, I want to see that game again and again and again. Because they gave the Bengals gave the Chiefs their best shot. What has it been over the last 7 games? Has it been 4-3 Kansas City? Or has it been 3-3 over the last 6? It's a close game. How about that, Cap?
Joe Burrow knows how to win there. He does.
It's a good game.
It is.
When those two get together.
But when you lose your first game to the Patriots at home.
Yes.
Like if you told me they lost, like the Raven lost to the Raiders. But if you told me that the Bengals had lost to like a really elite team and then they battled Kansas City, they could still be a team that you have high hopes and could be in his rankings. When you lose to the Patriots at home, no shot.
All right. And that is the power rankings right here on Kap and J Hood coming up. It is still a Waddle Wednesday. Waddle had a lot of things to say about the offensive line. You'll hear from Tommy about the O-line next.